Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got SirHamer playing the Tier 9 Russian battleship Sovetsky Soyuz. Matchmaking? Well, matchmaking's pretty decent. It's a mixed tier game with 10, 9, and 8 represented. DD threats, Z-46, Akazuki, and Lo Yang. We can call Marceau a destroyer, but it in most cases is a destroyer killer and more of a cruiser, in my opinion. Let me go in here real quick and address a bug that was introduced at 10.5. These things won't stay set for replays. I want you to have the information, so I go ahead and do this manually. Okay, so Sovetsky Soyuz, what can I tell you about that? Well, base hit points, as you can see, 88,100. The guns, well, guns are pretty decent. You've got 406s, 9 of them, and 3 in 3 turrets. If I recall correctly, the Russian battleship line, when it was introduced, kind of rolled out. The idea was that they were going to be extremely accurate at out to roughly 12 kilometers. Beyond that, they would be less and less accurate. Well, within the last week, I've seen this exact same ship hit me from almost 20 kilometers out and land the majority of their shells. So I question whether they are in fact a lot less accurate at range. Yes, it could have been just a lucky thing for that particular player, but I've seen it more than once. So I do wonder. And I can, while I won't go as far as to say, oh, this is a case of Russian bias, I can certainly understand people who do. Now, having said all of that, the reload time on this is a base 33 seconds. The 180-degree turn time for the turrets, 30 seconds, pretty decent. Max dispersion at max range, 263 meters? Yeah. HE shells do a maximum of 5,800 damage, with 40% fire chance. AP shells do a maximum of 13,250, and they punch pretty hard. So, looking at the overall situation here, we've got 2 Asashio, one was shooting at the other. So, although they can't really hurt each other anymore, I always question any players where I see that happening. Johan de Witt is pushed up. He's in kind of a precarious position. I think these are going to fall a little short. Well, a little bit of damage. You can see the Marceau there. That Marceau is going to push outside, would be my guess. It's probably going to catch that Asashio that's gone around the corner. That Asashio, well, you just never know these days. I mean, I guess you never have been able to tell, but these days it seems like wargaming promotes just pay money and come in and play rather than learn the game or the mechanics or paying attention to the minimap or any of the things that old-timey players just kind of take for granted as a part of the game. The Asashio has turned, and the Asashio actually has pretty decent guns, but it's no match for Marceau, and my guess is Marceau's going to chase that Asashio. We'll see. Johan de Witt has got his aircraft in the air. See the Z-46 is here as well. And the Buki goes down to Z-46 guns. How about that? That's going to fall behind the Donskoy. Still haven't seen the Marceau. A little surprised by that. I still expect him to come around that corner, but we'll see. Couldn't tell if those were Marceau, Torpedoes, or Z-46, but either way, yeah. That's Marceau, right? 2 sets of 3. Now, the Achilles heel of these Russian battleships is, and I think always has been, the fact that they are very susceptible to broadside citadel shots. Most BBs are capable of doing that, and even some cruisers if they're at close enough range. There's the Marceau. And SirHamer has just become aware of that. And unfortunately, there are probably going to be torpedoes coming. So it's just a question of whether this Marceau realizes that SirHamer is going to reverse here, or whether he's going to throw the torpedoes right here. If he throws them right at the nose-in position at the island, they're going to miss. SirHamer went nose into the island, which stopped him immediately, which meant he could start reversing immediately. There was no slowdown. It's just instantly stopped. SirHamer's gone dark. He does a repair. And Marceau did throw the torpedoes right in front of the island, so he's going to miss. This is going to hurt the Marceau. Marceau's running fully broadside. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. 8,400 some odd damage. Be time to move forward, but we'll see. Nope, still in full reverse. Turret's still aimed at the Marceau. Marceau apparently convinced that he is somehow immune. Takes another 5,300 damage and a fire. And SirHamer says, you know what? I am willing to risk another torpedo strike. I'm just going to chase you down, Marceau. One more like that, along with a fire, and it really might be enough to finish off the Marceau. I'm hoping to see the Asashio guns go to work, but nothing yet. Marceau goes dark. You've got a couple of big ships pushing right at SirHamer through the Delta Cap. Asashio may meet them with torpedoes. We'll see. Alaska's radar, just the tail end of that. Kremlin is pushing right through the cap. I think I'd have spun the guns around some time ago with AP loaded. He is switching to AP. We'll see. Maybe there's still enough time. And you'll get a broadside shot on Kremlin, which is really going to hurt. As I mentioned earlier, that is the Achilles heel of these ships. You're going to have to count on Asashio to help you out over there. Double Citadel for 36,000 plus damage. Nice shot. Keep the turrets that way. You can finish off that Kremlin. In case someone didn't know, you can press and hold down the right mouse button and then look wherever you want to look without having to turn your turrets. If he had done that, he might have been able to get the shot off. I don't think well, Kremlin may be slowing, and there's another shot. Now, see, he's turned on back the other way again. He's going to get a broadside shot on Alaska. No Citadel, still decent damage. Probably would have fired at the turret barbettes, forward barbettes. And now the Z-46 is coming this way, presumably with torpedoes. Might be better just to accelerate forward than to wait on those torpedoes. Colombo takes care of Kremlin. You can see where those two forward turrets are. That's probably where I would be firing, but still it picks up a Citadel, almost 19,000 damage. A good shot. Sitting at 110,000 plus damage now. Alaska is going to try and angle a little bit. It's very tough to take on a nose-in Sovetsky Soyuz. Alaska is going to change his angle and show broadside to the Yamato. And if Yamato plays this shot well, that might be it for Alaska. Right through the nose, that range. Well done. Now at 124,000 damage, Z-46. You gotta wonder if the torpedoes are not on the way right now. There they are. And it looks like SirHamer is going to thread the needle again and get out of the way of those torpedoes. Well done. Meanwhile, the good guys on the other flank have just absolutely cleaned up. They've already secured Alpha. They've run the Donskoy, Yamato, and Otago into full retreat. Marceau dead ahead. And that takes care of the Marceau. Jean Bar is about to go down to fire. And now this has become a full-fledged rout. Colombo in the cap. He's probably not going to live long, but I imagine Otago is probably going to finish him. But we'll see. That shot could finish Yamato if they're a little too far forward. And wisely looking for the DD. SirHamer is too smart to forget that Z46 was sitting out there. He's going to get a broadside shot on the Z46. That AP is going to hurt at that range. Yes, it did. 79.50. That's beautiful. All over pins, but it's enough. And you know that Otago is going to be throwing some fish out here in a second, so there'll be torpedoes running this way. 11 seconds, the guns will be reloaded. Even if Otago's angled, if any of these shells hit, it might be enough to finish it off. Yamato is just sitting there broadside. And the torpedoes will be here any second. Maybe torpedoes from Z46. There are the torpedoes from the Otago. That might do it for Otago. Nope. This certainly will, though. Both the front turrets. Oh, I can't believe it. You got robbed. Yeah, that's all right. There's no way this game's going to end on time. This is with only 3 red ships remaining and lots of people shooting at the Otago. It's just, I gotta hope this is the last volley for Otago right here. He might be a little behind, but catches him. He'll do some big damage. There we go. Reversing, presumably to avoid Z46 coming around that corner with a full load of torpedoes. With only 11,000 hit points, really couldn't afford to take any torpedo hits. There is the Z46. Island's in the way now. Here come the torpedoes. And that's 3 big torpedo strikes that SirHamer has avoided. And this is going to be over here any second, so I'll say SirHamer, great game. Really appreciate you sending it. Those of you joining me, thank you very much. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.